Monday to Friday at 12:30 p.m. only on Bloomberg Quint.
Good morning. You're watching the F&O Show on Bloomberg Quint Live, India's first digital live streaming business news service. I'm Navneet Saluja D'Souza.
Good morning, Navneet. I'm Agam Vakil, and here are the top headlines this hour. Indian markets open higher after yesterday's sell-off. Nifty opens in above 10,550. India Wix cools off in trade today. An open interest in Mindtree surges after traders take fresh positions in its respective futures. And Fortis Healthcare gains as much as 5% before settling near the 150 mark after IHH and the Burman Hero Enterprise combined revised their offer for the company. And it's an earnings-heavy day today with TCS and IndusInd Bank coming out with their fourth quarter numbers today.
All right, those are the top headlines at this hour, but let's check what sort of cues we are getting from the futures and options market. Remember, there was a sell-off in yesterday's session in the second half, but seems like today is the day when we've seen some stable start coming in. Nifty's very firmly trading above the mark of 10,550 in today's session. The India Wix seems to have cooled off, and clearly the day belongs to the metal stocks. The Nifty Metals Index is shining in trade. That's your biggest sectoral gainer for the day, trading with gains of almost 2.5%. Well, the Bank Nifty is going to be in focus in today's session as the weekly options contract, they expire today. What sort of range that one should watch out for in today's session? Remember, yesterday Bank Nifty retreated from its 100-day moving average of nearly 25,400. So that should be the resistance mark that one should watch out for. On the downside, watch out for the support mark of 25,000. And as we speak, Bank Nifty futures are trading with a premium of nearly 4 to 5 points. I would just want to pull up the Nifty futures and check the premium there. Yesterday there was some bit of increase in the premium towards the end of almost 12 points. Well, we'll get that played out for you, but in terms of option strikes, so far the 10,600 call, that's the one which is in focus, and that's added almost nearly 6 lakh shares as we speak in the opening session. And well, the put writing definitely continues for the 10,500 and the 10,600 strike. And remember, because of so much put writing that you've seen around the mark of 10,400, 500, that could provide some bit of support around these levels, at least in the near term. But if you look at the maximum OI concentration so far, it has been at the 10,400 put and the 10,700 call, and that's the range we're watching out in the near term. Remember, there's expiry coming up next week, so this is the range we're working with. With regard to the FIs, yesterday we did see buying in the index futures space of nearly to the tune of 2,000 crore, and they added almost 18,690 contracts on the long side. Just want to tell you the ratio. On the long side, it increased to 36% versus 29% which was seen on the prior day. So clearly, the long position seems to be going up by the FIs in the near term, but still they remain net short. The long-short ratio is still below the mark of 1, which may not be a very comforting sign. Right.
Navneet, there are two sectors which will be in focus today. First one is the commodity-facing sector, the metal pack. And there we have National Aluminium and Hindustan Zinc surging in trade today, and we're also looking at a considerable increase in open interest towards longs there. And the other sector, of course, which will be in focus today is the information technology sector. We've seen Mindtree's numbers come in, and so we've had a spectacular, quarterly earnings coming in for that particular company, which is why we're looking at substantial uptick there as well. VGuard out there is also right at the top of the list with respect to accumulation in open interest, despite the fact that its underlying isn't doing too much. So 24% increase in open interest there. And Oil India, of course, along with several other explorers, which may also be on the move, considering the fact that we've seen an increase in crude oil prices. And I was already mentioning Hindalco and Nalco, beneficiaries of the uptick in the aluminium prices that we've seen. Let's take a look at the list of all those which are looking at a decline in open interest, and Apollo Hospitals is right at the top, looking at a 9% decline, while its underlying moves up around 2.3%. So we're clearly looking at short covering coming along there, and Mahanagar Gas along the same lines. Page Industries, Equitas Holding and Castrol India, nothing much to speak for there. But I'll be watching out for how Mindtree reacts. Of course, and VGuard Industries will also remain in focus. along with several other commodity-facing stocks today.
That's right, Agam. What a great rally it has been for all the commodity stock. I just want to pull up Hindustan Copper and MMTC. I know they're not in the futures and options market. They're the PSU metal stocks, and they've also seen good sort of gains coming about because it's across the board that we're seeing a rally coming in for these stocks. Hindustan Copper is trading with gains of 11%, and also MMTC has seen strong gains today, just to the tune of almost 6 to 7% as we speak. All right, before we get to our guest on the show, here's a reminder for you all. If you have any queries in the futures and options market, you can call us now on 022-4540-4141, or you can also write to us on our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook. For the ones who are watching us on YouTube, you can put your queries there as well, but do not forget to put that all-important hashtag of AskBQ. Let's welcome our F&O experts for the day then. Chandan Taparia of Motilal Oswal Securities and Ashish Chaturmota of Sanctum Wealth join us on the show. Good morning to both of you gentlemen, and appreciate you joining us today on Bloomberg Quinn. Ashish, let me come to you first. Yesterday was the day when the momentum was a little bit broken towards the end, but do you think right now the sort of start that we've seen, the momentum still remains on the upside? If somebody was holding long positions in the last 4 to 5 sessions, should they be holding it till now, or they should cut off their longs?
Good morning, Navneet. So see how data is panning out. At every rise we have seen a substantial put writing happening, and now even at the money put options are being written. 10,500 is being written very aggressively in last 2-3 trading sessions, which gives a sense that although market has seen a sharp uptick from 99.50 to almost 10,550, 560 zone, there's some pause which is happening at current levels, but doesn't indicate that we are in a reversal mode. I think 10,500 will continue to act as an important support, at least in a shorter term, and any weakness or sign of weakness will come only once we break this 10,500 mark. Till we don't see that, I think any depth there is going to be a lot of buying opportunity which a lot of index traders are going to have. Broadly speaking, I think 10,480 should be kept as a trading stop loss for any long positions in Nifty, and on upside 10,630, 10,650 is a level we are looking at least in next 2-3 trading sessions in Nifty.
All right, there you have it. Chandan, when we look at the way open interest has been panning out, we're looking at a lot of accumulation in the 10,700 call as well. And of course, accumulation towards the out-of-the-money puts on the lower end. How are you reading these variables right now in respect to the direction you can expect the benchmarks to take?
Yes, the trend is continuously positive, and market is continuously making high rise from last 13-14 trading session, and every small decline is being bought in the market. Put call ratio has jumped to its multiple months high at 1.60, 1.62, and the rising put call ratio with a consolidating volatility indicates the bullish bias of the market. We have seen the shift in the option band as well. Maximum put Y shifted to 10,300 followed by 10,400, and in fact fresh put writing is happening at 10,500 strike. Call Y, which was earlier 10,500, shifting to 10,700, so that is also giving the scope for further upside to the market. So till it holds the 10,480-500 zone, we are expecting this positive bias to continue going forward, and expecting an up move towards 10,630 to 10,650 kind of level. However, Bank Nifty has been underperforming, and that is the reason that market is just moving in a positive to range bound bias, because the follow-off of the Bank Nifty is missing. Otherwise, it would have been gone towards 10,700 kind of level. So as of now, till it holds 10,500, 480 zone, we are expecting higher move in the Nifty index in next couple of trading sessions.
Well, Bank Nifty has been underperforming Nifty in the last 2 to 3 trading session, as Chandan rightly highlighted. Chandan, you're recommending to buy Nifty futures on every decline, is that right?
Yeah, as mentioned that till it holds the immediate support of 10,480-500 zone, I'll continue to be with the long position, and those who are holding can keep the trail stop loss of the same to ride the rally towards 10,630 kind of levels.
Do you have any option strategy to play Nifty today or Bank Nifty?
Talking about the Nifty, I'll continue to be with 10,500 call, that is trading near to 70 rupees, 70-75. If it comes near to the same, one can trade by putting a stop loss of around 50 rupees, up move around 30-35 points can be seen. Talking about the Bank Nifty, Bank Nifty was just dull in this entire series. If you look at the series week to week, it is just down by around 0.2%, so no major movement was seen in Bank Nifty, and it was trading in between 25,000 to 25,400 kind of level, We have seen significant put writing at 25,000 in the lower strike, and that is continuously supporting this weekly expiry. So that is the reason that I am not expecting Bank Nifty to go below the same. While on the upside, 25,250 is the critical level, and that is going to act as a hurdle. And even if you look at the price movement of last 5 to 6 trading session, most of the time it find a temporary hold near to 25,250 zone. So that's why I'm expecting this move between 25,000 to 25,250. Those who are interested to play the small bounce back move, they can trade with 25,200 call, or can go with the call spread of buying 25,100 and selling one call of 25,200 to play the positive to range bound move with support of 25,000 zone in the Bank Nifty.
Okay, and Ashish, you'd recommend selling calls and puts at these levels?
So Bank Nifty looks very sideways to me. I think, around 25,000, 24,950, we have a very, very strong support in Bank Nifty. But at the same time, 25,500, 550 will continue to act as an important resistance point, because most of these constituents are either in a consolidation phase or have seen a sharp correction. So they are just trying to form some base stocks like Axis Bank and ICICI Bank. So keeping that in mind, what we are recommending is a short straddle at this point of time of a weekly expiry of 25,300. Call and put both should be written at these levels. The total premium is somewhere around 190, 200 odd levels. I think.
This is for today's expiry?
Yeah, today's expiry. And I think since it's a short straddle and it's an unlimited loss strategy, so we are recommending a stop loss somewhere around 235, 240 points on upside. But I think this premium should come down towards 120, 110 zone, and around those levels one can look for booking some gains in this short straddle strategy.
All right, so those are a couple of the option strategies to play Bank Nifty as well as Nifty from our experts. But let's also get you strategies going for stock futures in today's session. Ashish, I'll come back to you. You're betting on defensives.
Yeah, I think that's a theme which is playing out. And if you remember, we have been very, very strongly recommending stock like Hindustan Lever for last couple of weeks, and it has done phenomenally well. I think now going forward, two stocks which are looking very interesting from the FMCG basket. One is Colgate Colpal, which is looking very, very strong, almost 11% open interest addition in today's trading session. Stock has been into a consolidation phase for almost 1 year time frame. So keeping that in mind, I think after a long consolidation, this stock is poised for a move towards its previous all-time high, which is somewhere around 1200 zone. So keeping that in mind, 1090 should be kept as a trading stop loss for initiating a long idea. 1200 is a target I am looking for in Colgate Palmolive in next couple of trading sessions. Apart from that, Dabur is looking very, very interesting. I think again 7-8% addition in last two trading sessions in Dabur, with a very strong delivery volume rise, and technically it's on a verge of a breakout towards its all-time high. So keeping that in mind, Dabur could be initiated as a buy idea with a stop below 355. On upside, we expect a stock to hit to 370, 372 zone in next couple of trading sessions. So Dabur could be initiated as a buy idea. And one from pharma name is Biocon. It has been consolidating for last couple of weeks between 630 odd levels on upside to 610. But during this phase of consolidation, we have observed a very strong OI addition, clearly indicating that Biocon is getting ready for a stronger move. And I think this time stock has a potential to cross its previous high, which is around 660, 665. So keeping that in mind, one can initiate a long position in Biocon with a stop around 620, and upside 655, 660 is a short-term target we are looking in Biocon.
Okay, and Chandan, you have a long call on Z Entertainment and Arvind. Can you take us through those?
Yes, talking about the Z Entertainment, the stock has given highest daily close since Feb 2018. So highest daily close in last 3 months. It has seen the build-up of long position and continuously making higher lows from last 5 to 6 trading session. It has decisively managed to close and holding above 590 kind of zone. We have seen put writing at in the money strike, that is 600, and fresh call writing is happening at 610 strike. So all these setup are giving the positive stance. Technically, it also formed a small triangle pattern on the daily chart and respecting to its rising support trend line, which is working well. So looking at the entire price setup and the derivatives data, recommending to go long with a stop loss of 588 and expecting it to move to our 610 level. Second trade is buy on Arvind. The stock has positive price pattern. It is up by around 10% in the entire series. Overall longs are intact. We have seen put writing at lower strike. It has retested the support of 403, 404 zone and again recovered sharply 3 to 4 days back, and after the consolidation of last two trades, and it is all set to start the next up move. So positive price pattern, and the stability is clearly visible. So that's why recommending to buy with a stop loss of 415 and looking for an upside target towards 445, 450 zone in next coming trading sessions.
Okay, so those are the stock futures recommendation coming from both our experts, but let's also address some viewer queries. We're getting a lot of your queries right now, and I think we've got Mr. Jatin Agarwal who is on the line with us. Hi Jatin, good morning to you. Thanks a lot for calling us. Tell us what's your query on.
Hello, good morning to all of you. So yeah, I have 3 lots of Nifty 10600 call at 45 average. So what I want to ask is whether should I hold it till the expiry on 26 or should I sell it at 50 or 50 plus level when I find the opportunity to do so?
All right, Jatin, I'll take your query to Ashish. Ashish, what would you recommend? Next week is the expiry. 45 is his average price for 3 lots of 10,600 call strike. The current premium there is just about the same, 44 to 45. Should he book
I think
profits?
he should continue holding on to the position. What I would suggest is keep a stop loss of around 10,500. So if Nifty doesn't break 10,500 till the time, he should continue holding on to his position. If Nifty breaks 10,500, that's a stop loss level for exiting into this call options. But I see a good possibility of Nifty bouncing back towards 10,620, 630 zone. By that time, I think this option premium should hit somewhere around 75, 80 levels on upside.
He wants to know, should he book around the mark of 50, 55?
No,
or
I think he should continue.
He should continue.
So we are looking for a target of somewhere around 75, 80 in this call option.
Okay, Jatin, you heard Ashish saying that you can hold on and he expects the premium to inch higher than 50, 55 as well. Do you have any other query for us?
No, thank you, Navneet. Thank you so much.
All right, Jatin, thanks a lot for calling us with your query today.
I actually have a follow-up question to this particular query. Would you also recommend someone to sell the 10,700 call at these levels for the expiry next week, Ashish?
So see, one thing is clear, we are in a range, and on downside 10,480, 500 is a strong support. But yes, as you rightly mentioned, 10,700 is going to continue as an important resistance point. So if someone is a little aggressive, then yes, writing a 10,700 call makes sense. But I think wait for some rally, let it come around 10,600, 610. Around those levels, one can look for writing this 10,700 call options.
All right, so we'll move on to the next query, and this one comes on Facebook. It's from Shivu SP, one of our regulars, and he says he's bought the 25,300 Bank Nifty and he's paid a premium of 30. I think this is the futures, or no, actually this is all right, this is the call, if I'm not mistaken. All right, this is the call, and he wants to know what he can do with his position. Chandan, can I come to you on this one? He does have the 25,300 call, and he's paid a premium of 30, and it's currently trading at 11. Do you think he should book losses, or can he wait for a little bit of an up move before he can do that?
See, as of now, as per the price setup is concerned, clearly visible that time decay or premium-mating scenario is visible in Bank Nifty from last couple of trading sessions. However, it has multiple support at 25,000. That's why we are again looking for bounce towards 25,200, 250 max for trading day. So even if it moves after some time, then there will be the time decay in 25,300 call. So I'll suggest better to exit if you get 15, 17 rupees premium, because as of now the 25,200 call is trading near to 32, 33 rupees, and if market remains here or goes down, then there will be no time value in 25,300 call. So my suggestion will be better to exit if any bounce back comes, or can exit at current price as well, because not expecting move beyond 25,250 level for the day.
Okay, that's the view coming in on Shivu's query on Bank Nifty 25,300 call strike. Let's take our next query for the day. I think we've got another caller lined up. Vikas Garg has called us. Hi Vikas, good morning to you. Tell us what you want to know from our experts. Hi Vikas, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Sure. Tell us what's your query on.
Madam, my query is that I have purchased the Balrampur Chini Mills at the rate of 113 at a time when they are supposed to going for buyback at 150 rupees. But now the price is going down, and every day is showing the 50-week low.
Because you've bought on the cash side, or you've taken a position on futures which you've been rolling over?
Not in position in future. I'm in cash side.
On the cash side. And why Balrampur Chini? I hope you know the trends that are emerging in the sugar sector. We've seen the sugar prices falling and even the production has been higher. I'm just informing you that's the reason why there's been a huge correction that has come in for all the sugar counters. And for Balrampur Chini, which you highlighted, that's the stock which is in the futures and option segment where traders have been taking a lot of short bets. So 113 is the price, did you mention?
Yeah, I have purchased in 113.
Okay, I'll take your query. Sure, go ahead.
Should I buy in this lower levels or
You
wait
want to average?
for more lower positions?
Okay, I'll take your query to Chandan. Chandan, since this is a stock which is also there in the futures and options segment, hence I'll take his query. He's asking, should he average at these lower levels? His buy price is around 113.
We don't have coverage on the same, so cannot recommend. But if you look at the price pattern, continuously making lower top, lower bottom formation. From last 6 to 7 series, it is continuously falling down. So shorts are there, and shorts are rolling one series to next series. So we're not expecting any sign of recovery or the bottom out process. So what I'll suggest, better to reduce or don't aid even if it declines, because it's very tough to catch the falling knife. Don't know where the stock will take a hold. If it moves above 75, 78, then only some sort of stability. That time you can again review and take the position.
Okay, there are a lot of queries coming in, and a lot of them are, fundamentally based queries, which may not necessarily be in the derivative segment. So I urge all these viewers to, keep sending us those queries, and we'll certainly have them answered in our show Ask BQ, which comes in at 12:30. But I'm going to move on and address another query, which is in the futures and options space, and this one is on YouTube. Comes from Narendra Kurani, and he has a Bajaj Finance 1950 call, and he's paid a premium of 50, and he wants to know what he can do with his position right now. Can we pull this particular call up and see where the premium is trading at? That is a 1950 Bajaj Finance call, which he's paid 50. So he's making quite a bit of a loss right now. He's in fact lost a good 30 points. Ashish, what do you think he can do with his position right now?
So, this is not a bad stock, but in fact, fundamentally a sound name and technically also a very strong trend. Only thing is that it is into a consolidation phase for last 5-6 trading sessions, and the problem with options is they decay with time, and there's a time value which is coming down significantly despite stock has not seen a sharper correction. In fact, I think if it doesn't break 1900, there is a strong possibility of stock hitting 2050 levels, but whether this will happen in this series or next series, that's a tough call. So I think keeping all this in mind, ideally he should keep 20 as a stop loss. If 20 levels are not broken, he should continue holding on to the position. If 20 is broken, then despite, you might see that stock is not seeing a correction, but you might see significant drop in the option premium.
Okay, that's on Bajaj Finance. Our next query on YouTube comes from Nikhil Raja. He's bought Maruti 9300 call strike, and he's paid premium of almost 73 rupees. He wants to know, should he hold or exit? Well, this is out of the money call strike because the current price of Maruti is somewhere about 9,163, and the premium has actually slipped from his buy price, currently at about 51. Chandan, I'm sure you're tracking Maruti for sure. What would you advise him? Should he be booking losses, or he can wait till the expiry?
The overall trend of the Maruti is positive, but it has gone into consolidation band from last 8 to 10 trading session. It has multiple support near to 9,050-60 zone, but at the same time 9,300 to 9,350 is multiple hurdle. So expecting a range bound move only. What I'll suggest, that put the trailing stop loss of future level. If future goes below 9,100, that time you exit this position, because otherwise there are chances to once test 9,300 level. So I'll suggest to keep the stop loss by the future level below 9,100 for this option trade.
Okay, well, we have another caller on the show. We have Anil, I think, who is with us, and I think he has a query on SBI. Hi, Anil, good morning. If you can hear us, tell us what would you like to know from our experts.
Yes, thank you. I'm wondering if it is wise to hold on to this position. It is SBIN, and I bought it at SBIN April 26th expiry at 260 strike price call, and I bought it at premium when it was 1 rupee and 30 paise, and now I can see it is at 95 paise. So is it wise to stay and hold on to this position, or what would be an expert view on this? I would like to know. Thank you.
Ashish, I'm going to take this to you. The SBI 260 call bought at a 1.3, currently standing at 0.95. What can I do with this position?
No, so again, this stock is in a very sideways move. In fact, at a lower level, it has been consolidating on upside 260, on downside 244, 43 is a support zone. So it's near a support zone. It might see a pullback towards 250, 251, but I don't see a very strong up move. So if he gets a premium somewhere around 120, 130, ideally he should look for exiting this options in SBI.
Okay, that's the view coming in on SBI. We've got some more queries coming, and this one comes on YouTube once again. Rohan writes to us, he's asking, or rather he's saying, please tell me Bank Nifty expiry range for today. Chandan, I'll come to you. Can you tell him the range that you expect for Bank Nifty expiry today?
See, it's expiry very tough because usually we try to find out 10 to 15 trades on Bank Nifty, but only today I've given only one trade, that is 25,200 call near to 31 rupees and waiting from last 1 hour, and market is not moving. So expecting the range amount move only, and will be very tough for identifying the trade. So better to be with the ratio spread or the bull call spread. If Bank Nifty move, and as per the level is concerned, the volume weightage average of this weekly expiry is coming near to 25,250 to 25,270 zone, and that's why I'm not expecting Bank Nifty to move beyond 25,250 level. And at the same time, the maximum put upon interest at 25,000, so that is likely to hold its support. So it may move towards 25,200 to 250, and that is the level where I'm expecting Bank Nifty to expire on this weekly contract today.
Okay, Rohan, I may add that Ashish has also recommended selling the 25,300 straddle in today's day of trade, that is playing for today's expiry. But we'll move on and address just one more query coming in from Money Monster. Any targets on Biocon before expiry? Can I write the 640 call option at current levels? Well, since Ashish has already spoken to us about buying the Biocon futures, Ashish, I'm going to take this query back to you. Can he write the 640 call option at current levels, playing for expiry?
No, so as far as my view is concerned, I think there can be a strong breakout which might take place in Biocon because it has been consolidating for a while, and that's the reason why he might be tempted to write this call option, because yes, last couple of trading sessions the stock has failed to sustain beyond 635 levels. But looking into the data, it looks like before expiry there exists some strong possibility that Biocon might cross this resistance zone of 635, and once that happens, you might see stronger short covering which can take it towards 665, 655, 660 zone. So keeping all that in mind, I would advise not to short this 630, 640 call option.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for writing in your queries to us. We'll keep addressing them in our subsequent shows as well. But for the markets, we're still trading in the green. Nifty is at 10,559. Let me just check with our experts if something else is popping up on their screen with regard to the fresh calls if they have for us. Ashish, I'll come to you first. Anything else?
Yeah, I think Tata Elxsi is showing very good strength. In fact, a lot of mid-cap IT is again showing very good strength.
What about Mindtree?
Mindtree is also, I have been recommending Mindtree very heavily, and I think now it has already seen a very strong up move, so I would avoid taking any fresh long at these levels because of risk reward. But I think Tata Elxsi in terms of risk reward is very favorable, has consolidated well enough between 1090 to almost 1060, so keeping 1065 as a stop loss. I think Tata Elxsi has a potential to test 1120, 1130 zone in next couple of trading sessions. Okay,
and Chandan, are you witnessing anything at this point in time?
Yeah, positive on the couple of IT names as Ashish sir already discussed. And apart from that, positive on the metal counter, because after a long time, longs are being built in this stock, especially if you talk about the Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW Steel. So I have positive view on the same and expecting momentum, especially if I talk about the Tata Steel. Earlier the trend was negative as it was respecting to its falling supply trend line. Earlier it has seen the call writing at 600, and now unwinding started to happen, and the 600 put is also started to witness writing activities. Today we have seen the open interest addition of 3%, so expecting a positive move towards 625 in Tata Steel. Apart from that, Hindalco, Nalco, Hindustan Zinc, JSW Steel, all these stocks are having potential to move by 5 to 7% even from current levels.
Well, clearly the day belongs to metal stocks, as we've been highlighting. In fact, if you look at the top 10 F&O gainers, 7 out of 10 are the metal stocks. You've also got stocks like Steel Authority, you've got JSW Steel, Hindustan Zinc and Vedanta Hindalco, which Chandan has already spoken. All of them have seen substantial gains in today's trading session. Well, we're running out of time. With that, I would like to thank both our guests. Thank you very much, Chandan and Ashish, for joining us today and taking us through your views in the derivatives market and also helping our viewers with their queries.
Absolutely. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the F&O Show, but don't go anywhere. Lots more lined up, so stay tuned in the Bloomberg.